What up, everybody? I'm DJ Spryte and welcome to my DJcities. I'm already here in Riverside, California to play the first of 2 gigs this weekend at Oria Vista nightclub. Then tomorrow I head up to Reno, Nevada to play Edge nightclub. I'm all packed up and about to head to this gig, but I want to say stick around. We're going to go over why you should key your music library, and we're going to talk to the booker of Edge nightclub to find out what she looks for in a travel DJ. But first, as always, I'm going to finish up these edits before the gig, and I'm going to catch y'all in a minute. Let's go! Up early and want to send a huge shout out to Oria Vista nightclub. If you're ever in Riverside, California, make sure to check them out. They're always bringing in top-notch talent. Now it's time to head to Reno, Nevada to play my monthly residency at Edge nightclub and to talk to the booker there, Jules. Let's go. I just got to the Pepper Mill and I want to talk to you guys about the importance of keying your music library. I key every track I get as soon as I get it. Knowing the key of your music will help you quickly identify which tracks can be blended together without the nasty key clashing going on. It can also help you make more sonically pleasing mixtapes. If you're doing edits and mashups, you can quickly identify what a cappella, instrumental, and samples go together. So let's take a quick look at how I use keying in my process on a day-to-day basis. So earlier I downloaded a bunch of music off DJcity and I want to add key and BPM information to all of these files. Now for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be using a program called Mixed in Key, but just keep in mind that Serato will actually do key and BPM right inside the software. I just use Mixed in Key because I use it for a lot of outside production stuff, so it's just easier for me to have a standalone program. So let's open up Mixed in Key now. I believe this software, if you wanted to purchase it, is about $58. So this is really easy. We're going to select all the files we just downloaded and we're going to drag them into this large area here. Now it's going to scan all these files and add a bunch of information to the ID3 tags. So this information will carry from this program into other audio programs like Serato. So now I can see it added the tempo, which is actually the BPM, and more importantly, the key result. Now you may notice it's giving me these number letter combinations like 7A, 11A, 4A, 5A, instead of like E minor, C major. That's because it's using something called the Camelot wheel, which is a very easy system to quickly know which tracks will mix together and not give you any of that key clashing. So let's take a look at the Camelot wheel now. And for tutorial purposes, let's just grab one of these tracks. Let's say this Good As Hell remix by Lizzo. It's coming back with a 4A key result. So let's find 4A on the Camelot wheel. 4A is actually F minor. So the way this wheel works now is now that we have a track that falls under 4A, it will mix with anything to the left of it, to the right of it, or directly across from it. So this Lizzo track will mix with any other track that comes back with a 4A key result, a 5A key result, a 3A key result, or a 4B key result. Now that works on the opposite side of this wheel as well. So if my track was 11B, which is A major, my track would mix with anything that's 11B, 10B, 12B, or 11A on the inside of the circle. So that's pretty much it. Once you learn this, you won't even have to look at this wheel and you'll know immediately which tracks go together. So let's open up Serato and take a look at this in action. So I've already put all the music we just scanned into a crate called New Music. So let's say this is all the music you want to play out tonight, and it's all in one place, you're all ready to go. Now all I have to do is sort this column by key, and all of the keys are right next to each other. If we pick one of these tracks, like let's say this trampoline track here, which is 6A, we know that this track will mix with anything that's 6A, 7A, 5A, or if there was 6B, which we don't have anything in here right now, that's 6B. But quickly, those are the tracks it'll mix with. So let's take a look. This track is 125 BPMs and it's 6A. So if we come down here to 7A, we know that'll mix sonically well with it. This is 128, which is only 3 BPM above the 125. So these two tracks will actually mix together perfectly. On the other side of that, I also use keying all the time when making bootlegs and mashups. So let's find an instrumental. So let's say you just found this instrumental, this El Camino instrumental by Black Caviar. It's 124 BPMs and the key is 4A. So I collect acapellas, so I have a big folder of acapellas. So I can come in here and I can sort this by key. So let me go down here to the 4A section of my acapellas. Now I'm going to look for anything in the 120 to 128 range, which BPM wise is not too far off, but if it's 4A, I know it'll mix perfectly over that El Camino instrumental. So here we go, here's a couple. Here's this Top of the World. This is 4A at 124, that'll work. Cry by Bingo Players. This is 4A129. That'll work. Braver Love by Artie. This is 128 4A. That'll work. So this is a very quick way to find out which acapellas will go over this instrumental. Hopefully some of this information on keying tracks will help you guys out. It's a tool I use on a daily basis. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Now we're going to head on downstairs to the Terrace Lounge to meet the booker of Edge Nightclub. Her name is Jules, and we're going to ask her some questions about how she goes about booking DJ talent. Let's go meet her.
Hello, Jules.
Hello, Spryte.
Well, I appreciate you sitting down with me. We've been family for so many years. I've been working with Jules. I can't even count how many years, like with Edge,
Almost
210.
15 now, yeah.
Almost 15 years. So I wanted to talk to you, being the booker here for Edge. What's your process of finding talent to bring in?
Edge made a decision a long time ago, myself and the general manager and director of nightlife here for the Peppermill, that we wanted to focus on music and DJ culture, that we really wanted to present turntablists and big talent as far as the DJ culture goes.
So you will follow like the freestyle and those kind of events for talent.
We do. To be perfectly honest, DJcity is such a great resource for someone like me. I watch the Mickey D show all the time. I go through, if I hear of a DJ, I'll go see if he's been on the show.
Sure.
And I'll watch the videos. It's a tremendous resource for someone like me. And we do our research. Of course, we have relationships that we built where word of mouth comes to us and referrals and things like that. And so we use those things. But I do a lot of research and I approach it as a fan. I'm a fan of what you do. I'm a fan of yours. I've been a fan of yours for years. And so I approach it from that perspective and wanting to provide that experience for my crowd.
Now, I would say as far as if I wasn't a traveling DJ, if I was a local DJ here in Reno or wherever, how would I go about getting noticed to be like a local resident?
You know, I think a really good way to start is through the current residents. We have we've had a long line of wonderful residents. You know, EJ Luera, Chris English, Mark Twyman. We have 2 new younger guys. I think that's the way. I think that getting through the residents already, talking with them, seeing if you can play with them, for them, that's the way, is getting in through those current residents. That's going to come directly to me. Mark's going to come to me and go, yo, I met this kid. I think for any young person, any young DJ in a city of his own, get with the residents of that. Get in with the resident before you even start with a booker. Someone like me is going to could be a little bit harder to get a hold of than the resident DJ. That's your peer. Start with your peer and work in that way.
I think that's amazing advice. I definitely, go to the places that you want to work at. Become friends with people, hang out with the residents, get to know the people. So I think
one of my favorite stories is Ellis, Dynamics.
Yeah.
Like, Ellis makes a point, if he's in a city where someone he hasn't met is, Dynamics will find you. And that's the way. Mm-hmm. That's the way right there. Because then you're going to be like, I met Dynamics. I think it's
super cool dude.
Right.
That was a great way to approach it.
Right.
I can't agree more. Now, I finally get into the club. It's my first time, whether I'm a resident, whether I'm a travel DJ. Any advice to people coming in on what they shouldn't do?
I encourage any traveling DJ, anyone aspiring to be a resident DJ in their city, to do the research of the venue that they are approaching. I want you to be successful. I want you to have a good time. I want my crowd to have a good time. I want my residents to have a good time. I want to have you back. So I think that you need to make sure that your skill is applicable to the venue that you are approaching. I've gotten videos before from management companies that's a DJ jumping up and down on a table that doesn't even touch turntables. I said turntables, not CDJs. And that's not for me. That could be for someone. I'm not interested in your Instagram followers. I'm not interested in anything like that. So again, if you've done that research and you've gotten to Edge and you're playing with us, what I want to see is heart and soul. I'm not just looking for turntable skills. I'm looking for someone's ability to read the crowd. That's all a part of being a great DJ for me. So if you have a preset idea in your mind and you're going to do that no matter what, you're going to miss so much of the feeling and the ebb and the flow of the crowd and the club and the staff that you're probably not going to get an invite back.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. This was amazing. I know this information will hopefully help a lot of younger DJs, just give them a little insight on what's going on and what they should do to try to get that residency or gig at the local venue. Hopefully you guys learned something from talking with Jules. Now I'm gonna head down to dinner and then we're gonna head back up here to play the club tonight.
Finally back in LA, and I want to send a huge shout out to Jules and Edge Nightclub, as well as to everybody over at Ori Vista and Riverside. Hopefully you guys learned something on today's episode. Till next time, I'm DJ Spryte. Peace.